The Trouble with Ollie the Octopus. In the deep, cool waters of the Pacific Ocean, there lived a young octopus named Ollie. Ollie was not like the other octopuses. While most of his kind were content hiding in crevices or lurking in the shadowy nooks of coral reefs, Ollie had a thirst for adventure. He loved to explore the ocean, darting between kelp forests and racing through caves, always discovering new places and creatures. But one sunny afternoon, Ollie's curiosity would lead him into trouble. It started when he heard rumors from a school of fish about a mysterious shipwreck that lay at the bottom of the sea, far beyond the familiar coral gardens he called home. A shipwreck, Ollie whispered to himself. What could be inside? Treasures, maybe, or strange new creatures? He couldn't resist. With a flick of his arms, he set off toward the distant wreck. The journey was long, and Ollie had to weave his way through schools of fish, avoid playful sea lions, and maneuver past dangerous predators. But finally, after what seemed like hours, Ollie saw the wreck. It was enormous, half buried in sand, its dark hull looming like a shadow beneath the waves. It looked ancient, covered in seaweed and barnacles, yet still holding secrets in its rotting timbers. Eagerly, Ollie squeezed his way inside. The interior was dim and filled with rusted metal, broken glass, and the remnants of what might once have been human objects. There were crates, old maps, and even a collection of odd, shiny objects scattered around the floor. "Oh!" Ollie cooed, his skin flashing in excited purple as he reached out with one of his long arms to grab a small golden coin. "This is amazing!" But as he explored deeper, he noticed something strange. The air inside the wreck was different. He had a sinking feeling in his gut. There was a faint hum in the water, almost like a low growl. And then it hit him, something was moving in the shadows. Before Ollie could react, something huge lunged at him from the dark corner. He barely managed to dodge, sending a cloud of ink swirling into the water. His heart raced as he twisted and darted through the wreck, trying to make sense of what had just attacked him. The creature that had come after him was massive, a giant moray eel, its jaws gaping wide, its greenish skin blending in with the wreck's shadowy interior. The eel had clearly made the shipwreck its home and was not pleased to have a curious octopus intruding. Panic set in as Ollie darted through the shipwreck, his tentacles moving frantically to find a way out. The eel was fast, slithering through the debris, determined to catch him. Ollie knew he needed to think quickly. He swam into a narrow passage, hoping the eel couldn't follow, but it was no use. The eel squeezed through the opening, too. Desperate, Ollie turned to face the eel, using his ink to cloud the water and obscure its vision. The eel hissed, its jaws snapping at the ink cloud, but Ollie had already darted away. He didn't know how much longer he could keep evading the creature. Just then, a thought occurred to Ollie. He had 8 arms, each capable of multitasking, each capable of holding onto something. He could use the shipwreck to his advantage. He quickly reached out to grab a large piece of metal, its edges jagged and sharp, and wedged it into the opening of the wreck. The eel, following Ollie's movements, came charging through the gap just as Ollie released the metal piece, blocking the way. The eel slammed into the barrier with a thud, then retreated into the shadows with a hiss of frustration. Ollie didn't waste any time. He shot out of the wreck and sped toward the open ocean, using his speed and camouflage to slip through the water undetected. Gasping for breath, Ollie finally emerged from the wreckage and back into the safety of the coral gardens. His heart was still racing, but he was relieved to have escaped. That day, Ollie learned a valuable lesson: curiosity was wonderful, but sometimes it could lead to dangerous places. The ocean was full of mysteries, yes, but not all of them were meant to be explored. As he swam back to his cozy nook under a coral overhang, Ollie decided to take a break from shipwrecks and shiny objects for a while. There were plenty of safe adventures to be had closer to home. Maybe tomorrow, he thought, he'd visit that friendly sea turtle he met last week. Or perhaps he'd take a nap in the warm sands. After all, even an adventurous octopus needed a good rest.